Hi there, this is Daniel with End Time Country Living, and on this video I want to quickly show you a little bit about storing wood that you've collected for grafting. And so there's some techniques I wanted to share with you. So today I was at a orchard that they were a group was collecting some wood for giving out as called scion wood cuttings that we can be grafted on to give the genetics of that particular tree, in this case apples. And so I was able to collect some for myself here. And when you want to cut these, you just want to make sure that you store them in a way that they will give the best chances for when you're ready to graft them. So one of the first things that you want to do is to assess how long your piece of wood is here. So this is one of the water shoots that I was able to collect. This is a Chehalis apple, and so I want to get it into a size that I can easily store in the fridge. You want to keep these in a dormant state. You don't want the buds to start swelling and looking for food. So until time comes to graft them. So right now it is January 23. So we're still in a state where the fruit trees are in a dormant state. And so that's the time where you want to be collecting them. You don't want to wait till March or April when the buds on the tree already start swelling before you start collecting wood. So that needs to be in a good dormant state. So I want to put these into a refrigerator to keep them dormant until the time comes that I'll be grafting them onto either new trees or existing trees. So I wanted to put them in a plastic bag so that they don't dry out. And so I just have a gallon Ziploc bag here. So I want to cut these down and bundle them up together and then put them in the bag here, well labeled here. So to kind of measure how long, you want a little bit leeway here. So this is a good, let's see, there's 7, 8, 9, it's about 10 inches or so. I'll cut these down into, and that'll give me, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 buds, which is about what you want for grafting on. 3 to 4 buds is a good amount. So we'll go ahead and take my shears here and go ahead and cut them that point like that. And then I'll just match it up here again. Cut it again. Line it up. So I'll go ahead and cut below the bud here. Okay, so that gives me 4 pieces that I can bundle up together now. So the best way is to take a rubber band and attach it over one piece like this, and then wrap it around, and then hook it over one of them like that. That holds them well together, and I will do that on the other end as well. Okay, so they're all nicely bundled together. And this one already has a label attached, so I'll just go ahead and leave that on there. If not, it's good to use some type of masking tape. The blue tape is best. I don't have any right now, so you could use something just like masking tape and a good Sharpie, permanent marker, so it doesn't fade. The extreme Sharpies are probably the best because these will be in the refrigeration for several months. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do these other ones here so you can see what I'm doing here. I'll just use this as a, make sure that they fit in there nicely. Yeah, might want to make them just a little bit shorter on this one. So use this as a guide on the shorter one here. So right about there. So this particular one is called apricot. So I really don't know anything about it. I'm going to do some research on this one. It looked like an interesting variety. So I grabbed it up. We'll see what it's like. I don't know if there's any information on the internet about it, but take a look. Okay. Do the same thing with this one. Okay, my little bundles here. Do one more here. Okay. This one is a Bramley's seedling. Bundle those up together here. Get one more rubber band here. Okay, so something like this. And then we'll go ahead and put these in the bag. And it's also good to put just a little bit of water in the bag. So that they don't dry out. You don't need a whole lot, just a couple teaspoons or so. So I just got a little bit of water here. Put that in the bag like that. I'll go ahead and fold it over and seal it up here, just like that. And now we can keep it in the back of the fridge or in a drawer or something like that in the bottom of your fridge, someplace you want to make sure that it doesn't freeze. So you want it like 38 to 40 degrees, 45, somewhere in there. We'll keep it dormant, but it won't keep it from freezing, which could damage the buds on there. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, and hope that was helpful to you. So about, towards the second half of March, March 20 to the end of March would be a good time in the Willamette Valley area to do the grafting. And so about that time, I'll show you guys a little bit how I'm doing my grafting. And so hopefully they'll be helpful to you. This is a good way that you can get very low cost trees. Rootstock generally, you can get as low as $2.50 from certain organizations. Buy it online for as low as like $5. And so that would be a small tree that you would cut off the top that you'd use as the rooting part of it. It has good rooting capabilities, but the fruit is not very good. And so we're going to be grafting on to that, putting the two together. So in other words, you have one tree and you put the cut the other piece and you attach them together at a slanted angle, and as far as the cuts, and then you tape it all up, and I'll show you how to do that. And so they can make a new tree, and basically this is what a lot of the nurseries do. They go ahead and graft the variety that they want onto certain rootstocks that have a certain size restriction to the tree, so it doesn't get too big. So you can choose how big your tree is going to get by the rootstock. And so this allows you to get exactly the variety you want. These are a lot of old varieties that are characteristics that are very interesting, and some very good, interesting flavors, but things that you won't find in normal nurseries. So this is the other ones that I got today is called Airly Red Flesh. That was actually found fairly close, within 100 miles or so of our place. And then the other one that I was able to get that was rather interesting is called Bill's Red Flesh. And I really don't know anything about that one. And so that'll be interesting to try those. Those have a red, the flesh of the apple is actually kind of pinkish and red. And so that'll be, makes it a little bit more interesting. And so, some unique varieties. I probably won't make a whole tree of them I'll probably just graft it onto an existing tree so I have a branch that I can enjoy, some red flesh apples on. And so anyway, hope you found this useful. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.